We're coming to you from the Guyana National Stadium, Providence. My name is Avinash Ramsay. Alongside me, Akeem Green. It's the 8th round of the West Indies 4-day championship. It's the 5-time defending champions, the Guyana Jaguars, up against Barbados Pride. Crucial clash here at Providence. It's a day-night encounter starting at 14 hours daily. Of course, Guyana being the defending champions, lots of pressure on the champions to repeat as for the 6th time. And of course, this is a crucial game for both sides. For Barbados Pride, a win would enhance their chances of copying the title. The Guyana Jaguars, on the other hand, Akeem Green would explain to us, there's not much separating the teams at this point. But of course, Guyana in a situation where they must win this encounter to stay in the hunt for that 6th title.
Yeah, 30.2 points adrift of leaders Barbados Pride. So essentially, even if Guyana does win this game, the maximum points you could get from a match 24, and that's on the basis that actually get all your fast bowling points, meaning that the fast bowlers take all 20 wickets in the match. So even if they win this game, they will still be in second, and then they obviously hope that Barbados Pride lose one of their remaining matches, and Guyana obviously win. They fell 2 matches to win a 6th title. But obviously it's been a tough season for the Guyana Jaguars. They've just won 3 matches, they lost 2 and drew 2 as well. As opposed to Barbados Pride, who would have won 5 matches and just lost 2. So I think as well, Avinash, a big difference this season is the fast bowling points area. The Barbados Pride has over 20 fast bowling points, and Guyana Jaguars just about 9.8 thereabouts, if I'm correct. And then actually they're second least in the table. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force are just behind them. It's an unconventional position in terms of fast bowling points. Last season, the Jaguars, the pace has got 126 wickets combined. That's the end of 10 matches. And that 20.2 points they gained from fast bowling was really the cliff that what put them over the line to win the title. So we clearly see where it went wrong in terms of regards for the Jaguars. They didn't get that fast bowling points, which is the big difference that you look now. 30 points, 30.2 points between the two teams. Fast bowling points would have been crucial in cutting that gap.
Well, Versami from all the left-arm spinner has been the outstanding bowler for the Guyana Jaguars this season. Not much for the fast bowlers this season, and that would have been a major factor in the position that Guyana is in at the moment. But they have included Romario Shepherd and Kimo Paul, who are available, as well as Shimron Hetmai. So a good boost there for the Jaguars as they take on a Barbados Pride squad, which has also been boosted with the likes of Jason Hollers and others.
Yes, six test players are in the current Barbados Pride, and also 2 players who have played one-day internationals for the West Indies. So it's an experienced Barbados Pride team. But know that the last time Jason Hollers actually played against the Guyana Jaguars, he actually was in Bridgetown, and the Jaguars won that match quite convincingly. Holo got 1 for 47 and made 45 thereabouts to the bat. So he hasn't had a recent rich history against the Jaguars, but in different circumstances. At that point, Jaguars were ramping towards a 5th title, and Pride were trying to play catch up. It's a big difference now. As you think Pride would just maybe want to bat first in this match, and and get a good score, and then maybe draw the match. A draw would really, I think, would end Guyana's chances of winning a 6th consecutive title. But those 3 players I've spoke about are key players. Obviously, Hetmeyer, Kimo Paul, and Romario Shepherd. This would be the first match of this season for the Jaguars. Hetmeyer would have played 1 match before, but you would hope that the 2 latter, especially in the bowling, they could really come and string some good performances, and then Hetmeyer could lead the batting really in this match.
All right, let's take a look at the 2 squads now, so you get an idea of the head-to-head clashes between the Jaguars batting and the Pride's batting, as well as the bowling lineup for these 2 teams. So the 2 squads there, the Guyana Jaguars and the Barbados Pride. Now, an interesting subplot here in this encounter is Ramon Rifa. He is from Barbados, and he's representing the Guyana Jaguars in this game. He had a good performance the last time these 2 teams would have played here, Rakim.
Yeah, he made 52, obviously, and then he had 9 wickets in the match. He had a 5 in the first innings. Actually, Pride would have batted first in that match, and they were shutted out for 76. And Rifa was the chief there with the ball, and then he came back in the second innings and got 4 wickets as well. So I think he has had a rich history. Another player who isn't in this current squad, Chandrapal Hemraj, he has got a 144 when Jaguars were in Bridgetown, and also he had fifth one last time we were here. He's obviously out with a slight niggle, so he would be missed dearly given his performances against Pride. But Reefer in particular, he seems to know his own countrymen very well, and that left arm swing bowler, you would say, given the conditions with a ping ball. And usually, Avinash, the ping ball has been very match oriented in terms of results. I can't remember the last time a ping ball match would have drawn. There was a tie here with windwards, but usually there's always a big result in ping ball matches. And I think Reefer again, he does about 13 wickets this season. He could be a big factor in the Jaguars, obviously toppling Barbados Pride come Thursday at the National Stadium.
Well, we spoke to Reefer on the eve of the game, and this is what he had to say.
Game. I know everyone in our squad is definitely looking forward to playing. It's kind of like a big derby game, so we all look forward to it. I think the guys are pretty focused on the job at hand. We know what we need to do in order to get the best results at the end of this game. So I just think everyone is pretty much keen and raring to go. For me, regardless of the team or the opposition they play, I mean it's a big game and it's always good to perform in big games, but I just continue to do my routine as usual and just look forward to getting the best results possible. I just think batting wise, we just probably need to get that, continue to get base scores like we were doing over the past couple of years. Getting those base scores, 300 plus, 350, those types of scores, and those types of scores put us in very good positions so we can pretty much dominate games.
So Raymond Reefer there, the all-rounder, the Guyana Jaguars all-rounder, has Bajan heritage. So he's talking about his perspective on this game starting on Thursday right here at Providence. We also caught up with Jason Holder, and he spoke about the Barbados Pride's chances of doing well. Of course, Jason would want to put in a good performance as well, knowing the fact that it's a practice game really for him as well, as we look forward to that England tour later this year.
Yeah, even without Holder, Pride has been terrific in terms of their fast bowlers. Young Chimar Holder, I think he may have practically picked himself for that test tour to England. Kemar Roach, these guys, Keon Harding as well, Kevin Stout, their seamers have done what the Jaguar seamers done last season. They've really done the bulk of the wicket taking. Also, there's Jamal Warrican, a test spinner there, Ashley Norris got some wickets as well. But the Pride attack has done a lot of damage, and it is recognizing the way they are on the points table. But for Holder as well, there's been a lot of white ball being played. Obviously, there's the T20 World Cup coming up, so the attention was on white ball. But for a lot of these players, this is going to be, these last 3 rounds are going to be good practice as we are seeing try to formulate their best possible 15 to head off to England. Obviously, Holder would want to get some red ball practice. Obviously, not red ball this time, a ping ball. But same said is done, that it's going to be a 4-day match. And Holder, particularly, will want to get some runs. You also want to inspire some confidence and also look around at some other possible players he could want to have on his squad to head off to England.
So Holder is the West Indies Test captain, of course, but he's going to be under the leadership of Craig Braffett for this game. Although the Pride will be missing Shea Hope and Ruston Chase for this encounter, Holder is very confident that the Pride could come out on top here at Providence this week.
I was really looking forward to it. Guyana has obviously been the front runners in regional first class cricket for the last 5 years, and they've been very, very consistent, and deservedly they've dubbed that tag because of their consistent performances. We all know what's at stake. We're ahead right now in the competition. The guys have been doing really well. Had a little hiccup in the last game against Trinidad, but being back into the setup now for the first time in a while, it's really good to be back. It's something that I wanted to do for a very long time, but obviously due to the international commitments, it hasn't really been presented to me where I can play a little bit more first class cricket. But yeah, looking forward to the challenge. A day-night spectacle is always interesting as well. So yeah, we look forward to that. I think Guyana have got a few West Indian players coming back in Kemo Paul, I think, and Romario Shepherd as well too. So looking forward to seeing them, and hopefully it'll be a really good game for Barbados Pride. Look, there are 2 exciting young players. Shamar's been doing really well this season. Hetty, I think, is one of the most promising youngsters in world cricket. And I myself am really looking forward to the challenge against Hetty, because him and I get on really well, and Hetty's one. Give me a lot of chat in the nets and in the team. So I'm looking forward to the battle, knowing he's playing. And yeah, maybe Hetty won't get down to Shamar as well. Hopefully I can nick him off or take him up quite early. But yeah, looking forward to the challenge.
The Barbados Pride all-rounder there, Jason Holder, talking about his side's chances this week against the Guyana Jaguars right here at Providence. Remember, it's a ping ball day-night contest starting at 14 hours daily. And of course, Kim, we'd want to encourage persons to come out and watch this game, because this is probably one of the biggest games in the PCL history, that we've had two teams going with practically the title, basically a final within the championship.
Yeah, it's a big match. When you think about it, thus far in the PSL, as I should have mentioned earlier, not a lot of times the Jaguars have been under this much pressure. Last season, they were looking for the outcome between the Hurricanes in terms of their match, but that was improbable that they would even lost the title, because Hurricanes would have needed to get at least 4 points from a match. And as I mentioned, it's very difficult to get all points from a 4-day match. So this match here at Providence is going to be a big match. I think maybe for fans it's good as it can be into the evening hours, so I would encourage persons to come out and watch this match. I think it will be on show for some exciting cricket. You know, Shimon Hetmai against a Barbados pace attack.
Yeah.
I think that could be a big subplot as well. Obviously for Sammy Pramod, he's going to be a key in Jaguars. Obviously, you know, dismissing the Bajans. Kyle Mears, he's been in terrific form for Pride this season. 2 centuries, 5 50s, averaging 57, leading run scored thus far. So there are some big subplots in this match. Obviously, as I said before, some players are going to want to do some good performances and also, you know, pick themselves for that England test tour. So it's going to be in store. Also, Chemo is back. Romero Shepherd against the likes of Shane Dulwich, Craig Brathwaite, you know, and the informed Myers as well. They're going to want to, you know, ensure that they produce well. So it's a lot of action. We want to come up. We would hope the Jaguars come out on top and obviously push on and win a 6th title. But the set time is going to be a difficult one, even if they beat Barbados Pride in this match here.
So news from Providence, Guyana Jaguars versus the Barbados Pride, and that's happening from tomorrow, Thursday. Day-night contest, ping ball, starting at 14 hours each day, and admission to the venue is absolutely free.